If you live in an apartment and you want to practice drums without disturbing your downstairs neighbor, this video might be very helpful for you. So if you already got some complaints, even if you have an electronic drum kit, you probably found out that these make a lot of noise, even though they're way quieter than the regular acoustic drum set, and they create a lot of vibration, especially the pedals. There's no way your neighbor is not gonna feel you upstairs. So if you did some research, you probably found out that there's no other way around it. You're gonna have to build a drum riser, which is my case. I recently moved to a 4th floor, so I just went through that experience. I had some fun building my drum riser. And not only that, by doing some extensive research, I also found out about the Roland noise eaters, which are just like tiny platforms with some sort of tennis balls underneath. They're great. I'm gonna put a video about how these work. Also a link in case you wanna buy them. They're apparently great. The problem that I found with these is that they're very, very expensive for what they are, $160, and I need 2 of them because I have to, of course, we have to take care of the hi-hat pedal as well. So what I did is I built my own version of that using an 1/8 of an inch wooden plank. I bought these tiny or mini tennis balls. I used Gorilla Glue, and then I just put some carpet tiles on top. At the end, I ended up spending about $40, and I built 2 of them. So in the second part of the video, I'm gonna show you how I did this. And in the first part of the video, I'm gonna show you step by step how I built my drum riser. And starting by why I picked to use the materials, why I picked the materials I used. So if you did some research, you probably heard about the tennis ball risers. These are probably the most popular ones. It's also the cheapest way to go if you already have the tools, which wasn't my case. So the reason why I didn't do the tennis ball riser is because, first of all, I don't want to drill all the holes. It's a lot of work. If you've seen these videos, you'll notice that it's a ton of work. If you enjoy doing this, of course, that's a good way to go. But I had to drill holes. I had to pretty much sandwich the tennis balls, then find a way to hold the 2 planks together. And even then, it would move a little bit. So I didn't want to go through that. I wanted to find a way without spending too much money to find something similar or even better. So after more research, I found this video. This drummer his name is Lang. I actually went to school with him. He is a beast, and I absolutely trust his knowledge in terms of gear and all that. If you don't know him, go ahead, follow him. He's great. So what he uses is a material called Silomer foam. So I didn't know anything about it, but Silomer foam is what engineers use in railroad tracks to reduce the vibration of trains. So this definitely works, and apparently is the best material for this kind of drum riser by far. The problem is that it's very pricey. Like it's just a tiny brick like this can cost $50, $60, and I don't really remember, but I just know it's very pricey. So if budget is not an issue for you, go check out this video. It's great. It shows you step by step how to proceed. But if you want to stay in a budget, in my case, I ended up spending about $370 for the drum riser. This is an approximate, but I definitely stayed under $400. This is what I did. I asked my reliable friend ChatGPT, what is a good substitute for Silomer foam? And I found out about EVA. EVA is a type of foam that is very dense, it's very solid, and this is used for washers and dryers to reduce the vibration. These are anti-vibration pads. And according to ChatGPT, this is the next best thing after Silomer foam. So that's why I decided to go with this. It works great, at least in my case. And each one of these goes for like about $4. I ended up using 28 of them, so I'll put a link in the description. So here are the materials I used. I used shock-absorbent gym tiles. You can get these at Home Depot. I bought 3 packs of 6 I believe so, and I ended up spending about $160 for these. I used 28 of these absorbent pads for a total of around $120. Then for the platform, I bought a 6 feet by 8 foot wooden plank and 3/4 of an inch thickness. These are particle wood boards and it costs about $40, something around that. I couldn't fit the whole thing in my car, but there in Home Depot or Lowe's, they'll cut it for you. I ended up cutting it in 4 equal parts, so I ended up with 4 2 by 4 feet planks, which are great because I could puzzle them and fit them exactly how I wanted to. So the first thing I did, the first layer, I used the shock absorbent gym tiles. Each one of these is 2 by 2, which is great. Then on top of that, I laid down the EVA, the foam, the EVA pads. You can see in the video here how I put them. I thought this was the best way. I put a lot of them in the back part since that's where I'm gonna be sitting. That's where all the weight's gonna be. And then I just equally distributed them. You can glue them or you can do something like that. I didn't. These, it's rubber. I'm pretty confident nothing here is gonna slide. Nothing has slide yet, so it's been working great. So on top of this is where I lay down the wooden planks. So I have 4 2 by 4 planks, and it's perfect because I was able to lay them down like this. As you can see, everything's covered. There's nothing sticking out. And then on top of it, I put another layer of the shock absorbent gym tiles. And then finally I didn't need to cover where my drum throne is gonna be. You can use a small carpet, a 2 by 6 carpet if you want, but I did use the rubber carpet on top of it. There's a link of everything I used here except for some things like the Gorilla Glue or little things like that. So. And then for the noise eaters, as I mentioned, Roland makes these. I'm gonna put a video in the description where you can see how these work. Apparently they're great. And I've tested them. They're really good. They help reduce the noise quite a bit. So like I said, I didn't want to spend $160 for each one of these, so I went back to Home Depot. I bought a 4 by 6 1/8 of an inch wooden plank like this for like about $15. Once again, I measured my pedals. I measured all the dimensions. In my case, I needed an 8 by 24. And then as you're gonna see in my hi-hat stand, I have I think it's a 15 by 22. Yes, it's a 15 by 22, which is enough space for my other bass drum pedal with my Roland KD7 and also for my hi-hat stand. The legs are gonna stick out a little bit, but that's fine. I have this extra, one of the legs is sticking out, so I have this extra pad that is just gonna make up for, so that the leg doesn't wobble. This is gonna be perfect for that. So I'm gonna show you how everything ended up going. And as far as this, once I cut these boards, Home Depot again, they cut it for you. I went to Petco because I wanted mini tennis balls. I didn't want to buy a lot of them. So in Petco, they sell these for like about $1 each. And then I just cut them in half. And then I use Gorilla Glue to stick them. They hold very nicely. And then like I said, I measured these so that I can put my bass drum pad here. Once again, you're gonna need to measure these so this fits perfectly like this. And then have my DW9000, and this just goes very nicely like this. And the last adjustment I made was the beater, and this makes quite a big difference too. I'm gonna put a link in the description too. You can get these in Amazon, you can get it in Guitar Center. Roland makes this kind of beater as well. It really helps. It's going to reduce the noise quite a bit. So this is how I made my drum riser. I'm going to show you in just a minute how everything ended up being. So here's the end result. So you can see I was able to squeeze in that leg there for the hi-hat. So instead of using the tennis ball there, I just put it underneath. And I used my extra EVA pad for that leg that I couldn't fit in there, but both pedals were able to fit there. There's my bass drum. And these are the layers. First layer, as you can see, this is the exercise mat. Then you can see the riser there. These are the EVA pads. This is one of them. Then we have the wooden boards. Then we have the second layer of exercise pads. Then the thick carpet. And this is how it looks like. So I'll be able to create more content for you guys, and I'll keep you updated if ever my neighbors complain or if I get any complaints or how it goes. As far as right now, I made some tests and I can barely feel the floor vibrate. It's never gonna be 100%, but I'd say I cut the vibrations for like about 90%. So I should be good to go, and I'll be back to create more content for you guys. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.